Hi, welcome back to Forwards. Thanks for watching another video. Wasn't really sure which channel to put this on. We've obviously got two channels if you follow both. So we've got the Forwards cycling channel, and then we've also got the Forwards electric channel with all our e-bike stuff on as well. This is an e-bike, so wasn't really sure where to put it. So I'll see where it goes on the video feeds. But this is an Orbea Gain, and it's come in for a full strip down service, and more importantly it's had a full group set upgrade as well. The customer David that's brought it into us wanted to change over to Di2, so we've put the new 105 12-speed Di2 group set on it. So we'll do a real quick walk around, just show you what's been done, and that's probably all we need to talk about really. So let's look at the handlebars first of all, and then we'll walk through from there. So handlebars are the standard bars that it came with from the customer. These are Salsa bars, I believe. Sorry, Surly bars. So they're Surly bars. This is just what he had already put on the bike. We've put the standard BHT 16 bar tape on, which is what we'd normally do, and then we've changed his handlebar stem as well. So the position of it was really sort of long and low, and to be honest the bike is probably a size too big for the customer, so we've just sort of tried to adapt it for him. So we've put an 80mm Pro Discover stem on there, and then the 15mm spacer underneath to try and get as much height as we can out of it. And then you can see the update we've done now with the headset. So with the Orbea Gains, it comes with an integrated stem and headset, which is very much like a DCR or SDCR stem sort of setup from Deda, similar to that really. So we've changed it out to the Pro stem, and then we've gone for the integration down into here into the headset. So this is a headset that we brought in for him. So that's how we've done that. Just looking at the cockpit there, no particular order, I'm just sort of firing all this stuff out quickly. The Orbea has this little control unit, which is what operates the modes and stuff on the bike. Obviously you have to power the bike on down there, and then this will fire up in a second. When I got the bike from the customer, it just had like an elastic band type of stem under here, which looked awful. It was down on the old stem. So I've put this sort of mountain bike style bracket on facing backwards, so he can have his Orbea controller there. So that's all mounted there nicely, and then we've put the integrated mount, which we'd normally do for his Garmin, which he has on the top there. So we put the Garmin stem in there as well. So that's kind of how we've done that. And then we're trying to work out how he'd take luggage or just carry his sort of day stuff. So he's gone for the little Rafa bag on the front there, and this one hangs directly under the bar really nicely. So it's under the stem, and then we could always put the GoPro mount here with a headlight on as well, and then he'd have a headlight on there. So that's how that's all gone there. We'll talk about the group set in just a second. Might be actually quite quickly we'll get onto the group set. Saddles and bits and pieces, having a look round. Actually, just one thing really quickly, tyre wise, he wanted to go for a gravel tyre, the biggest we could fit on there, and we've gone for the 35 Vittoria Torino dries there, and these are just the inner tube version. The customer doesn't want to go with tubeless as yet, and there is clearance but only just. So there's clearance in there. So there's a bit of clearance there, and then the same on the back. So we've got more clearance on the back actually, and then a bit of clearance down there. So that's the tyres we've gone for. They're the 35s on that. Let's talk about group set. That's the main thing that's been done, and then I'll just talk about any extras I had to do at the same time. So it's the 105 Di2 group set. So as you'll know your group sets, I'm sure, this is the wireless shifter. So it has the wireless shifters, and then they go down into the rear mech, and then the rear mech then controls the system. So you've got your rear mech with your cable going up through here. This is a little bit unsightly, but it's just how the bike is wired, I'm afraid, or set up. It used to have the manual sort of cable coming up here. There was a potential option to come out behind this tube and then around, but it just gets a little bit too close to the chain, and I was nervous that we're going to cut the cable off with the chain or the gears, or it'll get snagged. So we'll put a tie here or something like that. The tricky thing, of course, when you put a tie there, is when you drop the wheel out, it's going to snag it as well, but I'll put a tie there before before the customer gets it. We'll just sort of tuck it in like that. So not ideal, but it is a retrofit system, so it's kind of how we've done it. So that's that. So the Di2 system, we've got the mech connected to the battery, which I have mounted in the seat tube. So the battery's down in here where they normally get mounted, and then that's also connected to the front mech. And then there was a little mod we had to do on the back there. So we had to drill a hole in the frame just behind the, if I zoom in there, just behind the front mech there. And then we've put a little rubber grommet in there as well, and then we've put a rubber grommet here to put to blank off where it used to come out. It used to be one of these plastic mounts there for the rear cable. So it's got the 12-speed group set, as I said, so 12-speed front mech. It's got a 50-34 front chain set, or it's going to be a front chain set. It's a chain set. It's a chain set, and that's a 170 crank arm. And then on the rear, we've got the 11-34 to give them the most range of gears, and then it's got a wax chain on there. That's a finish line halo wax chain. Obviously the rear mech, as I've already shown you. Brake wise, it's just got the standard ones that would come with the group set. So these are the 105 7100s calipers, and then it's standard discs. So we left the discs on that were with the gain because they are bolt on and not center lock, and we didn't want him to have to spend more money for that, so we've done that as well. We've also taken off the lighting that the gain has. It has a built-in lighting system at the front, so this has all been taken off, and then we've taken the wiring all out of the frame. There used to be wiring through the frame, and then there used to be light on the back of the seat post here, so we've put a rubber blank in and then a screw in the hole there to blank that off, because the customer carries a bag anyway, and that used to just block off his light anyway, so he said there was no real point of him having that. So we've taken all the wiring out, so there's no additional wiring in there. So done that. Just updates on the normal hardware which we would do. So we've done the stainless updates with the 12mm washers to hold all the bottle cages in nice so they don't get damaged. That's all that. Customer does use mud guards on it, but they're just the clip-on style ones, so he's going to take them away and put those on himself. I think that's probably everything we've done. It's sort of run through it pretty quick. Oh, it's got a wheels manufacturing bottom bracket in there as well. So we've put in the, just scan down there. We've put in, oh, look at my funky socks today. We've got the wheels manufacturing BB86 conversion. That's the screw together which we normally use when we're doing the Canyon upgrades and stuff like that, when we're doing a swap out on bottom brackets and those. So it's the screws together with the ABEC 5 angular contact bearings in there, which is pretty nice. That's probably everything we need to cover. I won't make the video go any longer. There we go. Hopefully that was of some interest. It'll either be on the Forwards website, the Forwards YouTube channel, or the Forwards Electric one. So I'll see when I've edited it. Okay, have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.